Okay, now.
Okay, by our clock,
No, use the real time.
I don't have the real time.
The real time is 10:10, coming up on 10:11.
Okay, so I'm going to call the meeting to order at 10:11 a.m. on February the 22nd for the Lake Don Pedro Community Service District. If the secretary will please note all staff and appropriate personnel are here. If you would stand for the flag salute. And while he gets set up, I want to just go through some protocols that we're going to have today so everyone can follow along. We know the purpose of this meeting is we have two items on this agenda. One is a presentation by Pete, and then we have the auditor coming in. But let's just walk through what our roles are as individuals attending the meeting. This meeting is for the board to do their business. The public will be given an opportunity. Each item will be introduced. The public will be given an opportunity for comment prior to the board. The presentation, let the presenter get through their presentation completely. And if you have questions for this presenter, note them on your sheet. We'll go back at the end. Otherwise, we have a tendency to never get through the presentation. At the end of that presentation, the board will be given an opportunity to ask their questions or make comments, and then we'll call for the vote and move on. So I'm going to try this to see if we can get through these items and not get on so many sidetracks or bunny trails. So if you guys will all cooperate with that. So community, make sure if you have a comment, like up front, get it to us up front so we have that comment in our brains as we listen to this information that we're going to be presented as well. There's not going to be dialogue back and forth from the community and the board and stuff like that. That we're going to try this protocol and go through this because that's the way we should have been doing it.
Are we getting rid of this meeting in a second before we start?
Yes. So we're going to get the public comment up front. We're going to get the public comment up front. That way, if that changes your mind or your thought process, take that and factor it in. Normally on a day like this, because of the tight schedule, we bring lunch. We're not doing that today. Everybody's going to be on their own as well for lunch because there's only Syndie here. She's not going to have time to coordinate it all. So plan that out as well for yourself so you can cover your lunch break or whatever. Yeah. So, okay, hallelujah, put in our order. Okay, so, Pete, you about ready?
I'm about, now that I've put the electronics on the cart, and all the wheels are going to fall off of it. Listen to that. Yes. Yes or yes.
Okay,
getting
so
really close.
With that, the first item is this is an educational presentation covering the district financials and related requirements, standards, and policies, as well as a detailed review of the monthly treasurer's report. And you want to kill the lights over there, so...
Wes.
So with that, knowing, before we kill it completely, does anybody have a comment, the public comment on this presentation before we get started?
Yes, it'd be nice if you followed your own agenda.
I think you heard, it was, Syndie said it might have been her that put it in there wrong, so I apologize.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Go ahead and keep the lights back on, Wes. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused on this. For a couple of reasons. The auditors are going to come up in a little bit and to ask questions before we hear what the auditors have to say, especially given that I didn't receive my audit report until I think it was very noon.
All for your groundwater substitution plan. You talk about serving the community. What you're serving are the people that our district has no legal duty or obligation to serve water. You have betrayed your fiduciary duty to this district and every customer of the subdivision, and you should be ashamed.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome.
Have a good day. Okay, moving on. Your presentation.
I guess it doesn't bother anybody that that's just a little out of kilter. At least you can see it. And if I'm standing in the way of anything, everybody let me know. I'll make sure that I cover everything. But the goal of the discussion today was to provide background on the information that you're receiving every month, to make sure that we have a basic understanding of what makes up the financial statements of the district and what our responsibilities are as a community services district, as a government entity. And then that will be very helpful going forward to make sure that the board has a solid role in the finances of the district and makes appropriate decisions, asks the right questions, has the right resources, because there's not a single location with a job description for a board member or a general manager. There's not a single location with a job description for a board member or a general manager that says exactly what you do and exactly what you need to know. And basically what I'm giving you here is not canned from CSDA. This is from my 25 years of experience. This is from some of the CSDA materials from the Leadership Academy that's trained thousands of board members throughout the state in the last 10 years. But it's been in existence before that. And it's part of the laws of the state of California. So I'm going to have to step in front of you every once in a while. First off, we'll talk about laws and standards. And again, this is leading into a discussion about our financial statements. Why don't we present everything? Why don't we just throw a stack of everything, every bill, every invoice, every reimbursement request, every contract, everything onto the desk of the directors and in the board packet, and ask that you understand it all, because it's extremely complicated, and it's extremely time consuming to get to know every component of it, and that is what a general manager is required to do. When you look at the government code, under the Community Services District law, very specific. General manager is responsible for the finances of the district, responsible for the operations, the implementation of the policy, the human resources, and managing the people, under the policy direction of the board. It's a very, very simple job description. Unfortunately, there's a lot to it, and there's a lot of discretion on the part of the board on how to define that. For us, Proposition 218 in 1996 really governs how we generate our revenue, how we increase our fees, and there's very specific requirements on how we go about that. The government code has some specific requirements about how we adopt our budget, how we implement our budget, how we develop reserve funds, what they're for. There practices stuff. This is what you learn in the ethics class, where you don't contract with yourself. You don't contract with, the district doesn't contract with anyone where you have a direct financial interest or even a remote financial interest. There's a lot of